Hello guys, good evening once again. Welcome to welcome back to Unacademy. So this is your, you can say, I don't say as a whole, this is your teacher Waseem. So today we will continue with the previous topics along with questions. Today what I am thinking is, let's focus more on important questions. As you can see it on the board here, the questions which are guaranteed questions which may come to your examination. Okay, so I'll wait for some more time, couple of minutes. So I'm waiting for the people to join in. Please join in, guys. Join in fast, because this is very important. I know this, I have already taken it. These I have already given these kind of questions in the previous session, but there are some questions, a little bit questions which I after keying your previous year's question papers and some of the question banks and the books, it was I noticed that there are some more questions were left. Okay, and I'm also going to cover the questions from the second chapter as well. So before that, the people who have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and please do share, like the channel and and the sessions, and also spread the words among your friends whomsoever who are studying the commerce for the PUC. Okay, because see guys, these we are putting a lot of effort for you guys to for you, so that we are you are ensuring that you guys would clear your examination as soon as this is the message for supplementary guys. But I'm sure that if you go, whether it's a supplementary, whether it's a board, or whether it's a fresher guy, he will definitely get these kind of questions. And also because there are certain questions which requires the they'll give a one statement and you need to comment and you need to give your explanation. That kind of explanation you can give it only when you have that certain knowledge, right? When you go through this. Okay, let's start. Give me 1 minute. Okay, let me open the chat box. Okay guys, come in. Okay, we are waiting for you. Come in. Okay, we will go ahead and start. These are the important questions from your first chapter. The first one, what is efficiency? I have already discussed. For the 1 marks, achievement of a goals. What goals? Organization goal with a minimum cost is known as a efficiency. So this is nothing. See, if this is given in a 3 or a 4 marks question, then the story would be really different. There you have got to give difference between efficiency and effectiveness and all those stuff. Getting it, guys? So for 1 mark, I think this is very important questions. Please take it down. And the next one, see, you may get a question, like optional based questions as well. Like, which of the following is not a function of a management? As we all know that function of a management is 4, which is nothing but the planning, staffing, directing and controlling. But what they have done, they have tricked the question here. They have removed the directing and put the cooperating. Getting it? So they are asking the question. Please take time to read the question in your examination hall. They are saying which of the following is not. Understand that content word there which says not a function of a management. Planning, yes. Staffing is yes. Cooperating is no. Answer is very clear that cooperating is not a function of a management. Okay, of course controlling is a function of a management. Now coming to the third question, the following is not an objective of a management. What is not an objective? Look, if I ask you what is an objective, objectives of management are 3, right? One is what? What is the objective of a management? Remember, survival, profit and growth. That is objective of an organization. But as in, there is one is objective of organization, next one personal objective, another one social objective, right? So in that 3 objectives they have given, again this is also a tricky question, which says the following is not an objective of a management. Earning of profit, yes it is. Growth of the organization, yes it is. Providing employment or not, or a policy making. Actually, if you see, providing employment is not an objective of a management, right? The objective is growth is there, survival is there, a profit is there, okay, and you have a social responsibility, and you have what else, personal behavior. But providing an employment is not an objective, right? That should be an objective of a government, basically a government wherein a lot of unemployment is going on into the country, and it's their objective. Okay guys, so this is the 1 mark questions, and similarly you may get one, or who is a father of a management and all those stuff. Okay, so coming to the 2 mark questions, again this was also discussed, like 2 marks questions could be a define management. You can define the management according to Arnold Cones or what do you say, a Taylor. A management is a process of designing and maintaining the environment in which individuals working together in group effectively accomplishes a selected aim. Just write it this for a very important questions. Definitely this question is guaranteed for your exam. See guys, even 1 or 2 mark is very important in your examination, so never neglect any sort of thing. So what I tell you, whatever it is given, please go ahead and whatever it's given in the textbook, and what do you say, not only in notes as well, if you guys have made it. So go through everything and understand it, and understand it very easily. It's kind of your it's understanding your simple language. Okay, then the next one is justify the importance of coordination by any 2 factors. Now how will you remember, we learned the about a coordination in the previous chapter, right? How will you justify the coordination of a 2 factor? Justify the importance of a coordination by any 2 factor. One is coordination integrates group effort into a purposeful work activity. Another one is coordination ensures the unity of actions. The importance, the features, what we learned, okay, what we learned itself justifies, we had some 5 points, right? In those, from that 5 points, you can say any 2 points saying that coordination integrates the group efforts into a purposeful work activity, and what's up guys, and the coordination ensures, right? And the coordination ensure that unity of action is there in your organization. Okay, now the next question comes in is a define coordination. We have already learned this is a very important thing. A coordination is a process whereby an executive develops an ordinary pattern of a group efforts among the subordinates, okay, and secure unity of an action in the in pursuit of common purpose. This is written by Furlan. So understand this, I have already told you. So going forward, which are the 4 mark questions, explain the objective of a management, right? Remember, we have learned this already. We have told you, I have also told you in the previous session, which is very simple. These are very important question guys. The objectives of management we have already discussed, but you need to write elaborative sentences. These all are 4 mark questions, and little bit you need to elaborate each objective. When I say organization objective, under organization objective there are 3 points which comes in as survival, profit and the growth, right? So survival, profit and the growth, and your social objective and your personal and individual objectives. So management helps in achieving personal objectives as well. So you need to write all these 3-4 objectives in detail, at least the brief for the 4 marks. If it is for the 8 marks, I don't think so it will come for the 8 marks, because it hardly has 3 points. That's the reason. Okay, Now the next very much important question is explain four four features of management, right? As you all know, we have already discussed, this is the first in your lesson, which says features of management. Features of management, we all know, we have studied it in, okay, and you need to write it elaboratively. For they may give you for write any four features of management, they may give you write any three features, maybe for 4 marks. If it is, they may ask you for the write four features of a management. So write it one feature, it is a pervasive or a goal oriented or a growth whatsoever, and give some elaboration in it and go ahead. Now the next question, which is a guaranteed question, is explain the dimension of management, right? So this is also very important. Go ahead and take time, understand the question and write it. Okay guys, okay. What else? So understood, I think this is very important from the first chapter. Okay. Okay, let me think, is there any other thing which is there for your as an important one? I think we have done most of that. Okay. Continuous process, you know, right? Yeah, I think dimension of management, what are the dimensions? Management of work is there, that is one first dimension. Then the management of a people and the management of operation, right? So you need to understand this and elaborate this in your answer sheets. Okay, now coming to the very big questions, which is nothing but your 8-mark questions. See, these are again the same thing from the first chapter: the characteristics of a management, the features of management, management goal oriented. These are all things you need to elaborate in a long way as the essay writing and write it. Now the very important question which I want to tell you is the comment type questions, which is for the 8 marks. These all are the essay type questions. Management is a series of a continuous integrated function. Of course it is a series of an integrated function. Now comment, they just say it as a comment. Now how will you comment it on it? How do you comment it? How do you comment it? For that you need, if you have the understandings of the management, see, without management companies is not going to work. It is a series of a continuous integrated functions. When I say you that management itself is a continuous process, right? The feature itself is a continuous process. It's a series of whether it's a continuous, composite, but separate with a separate functions. Whether it's a, what will you say? Management is a series of a continuous. It's a series of a continuous and interrelated functions. So what are those functions? Remember those things which we have already discussed in the previous chapter. Understand this question, guys. Is a very tricky question, this which is for the 8 marks. Management is a series of continuous integrated functions. If you would have already learned these the objectives of features of the management, you will come to know in a fourth or a fifth feature which talks about management is a continuous process. When it says a continuous process of what? Interrelated functions. Now what are those functions? Now go back to the functions. Management functions. What are the management functions? Your planning, directing, controlling, staffing, these all are your management functions, right? So when you are writing you a first passage of your management as a continuous process, okay, give the explanation of that, then further come down to all those 4 functions, okay, of a planning, directing, then write down each and everything, elaborate everything, and if possible give certain examples, because I have given enough of example for you guys related to whether it's related to your personal life, whether it's related to the organizations. Okay, this is very tricky and and the easy question if you understand. Now if you see on the face of it, it says management is a series of a continuous interrelated functions. Don't forget the word interrelated. That's why I always say you please concentrate on the content word. See, the last word what they say is a functions. You got to understand there what are the functions. The functions, we also have 4 functions, right? They are not saying that please write, elaborate the function, something. They are saying they are paraphrasing the comment. They are paraphrasing the sentence, saying that management is series of continuous interrelated functions. Now, what are those interrelated functions? The interrelated functions are only 4-5 functions. Your planning, directing, staffing, organizing, and controlling, right? So please go, go ahead and understand this. That's how you need to write it. Elaborative answers for 8 marks. Now, coming to your the next question, there is one more question which says management as an art and a science, are not mutually exclusive but complementary to each other. Of course. So what are the sayings? Management as an art, as a science, are not mutually exclusive. Are not mutually exclusive. Now, understand this. I'll give you some time for you guys. Are not mutually exclusive but complement to each other. So what you have to write here? So what you have to write here, guys? Okay. Think. When I say you the management is an art, when I say you the management is an art, what all comes? There are 3 points in it, right? Existence of theoretical knowledge, personalized application, and the based on the practice, and a creativity. Okay, that is your management is an art. And the management of a science, what does it says? Management of a science states that systemized body of knowledge, it is principle based on experimentation and a universal validity. So management as an art and a science are not mutually exclusive but complement to each other, of course, right? See, when you when you coordinate both management as an art and a science, you got to you got to mix up those points and try to understand and write those answers. If you would have gone through my previous lectures, I have given you the detailed how the management is. I think in my first chapter's second or third part, I have explained you the detailed explanation about the art and science of a management with 4 or a 5 points with a detailed example. If you go through that, I think that should be enough for you guys. Okay, guys. Now coming back to the next chapter, which is these are the not the chapter. These are the questions for the next chapter. Though we have not started the next chapter. Okay, these are some of the questions, and also I want, apart from this, I also wanted to give you some of the important from the coordination, which we have already learned yesterday. Coordination, what is coordination may come for 2 marks questions, and write the natures and say nature of a coordination, that also will come for 4 marks questions. So then if they're asking to solve your case on a coordination, remember the example of a Mumbai Dabbawalas are the best example for the coordination, and you have to make sure that to give the comment that without coordination, none of the functions of the management, neither a planning nor a directing nor a staffing, nothing is going to work it out. Getting it, guys? So from a coordination point of view, it was left behind, so I wanted to cover you. So these also might be questions, right? See, there are 2 marks. There is 2 mark. What is coordination? There is explain the features of coordination may come for 4 marks, but for 8 marks the case study may come. Okay, they may give one. Please draw a case study related to the coordination. Okay, they may give you one a case study or a comment or a sentence, something like that, on a coordination, which you need to understand and write it down. Okay, guys. Now coming to the next chapter, which is nothing but your second chapter, important questions. So before starting a chapter, I am giving you some important questions for the 1 mark question, which is nothing but which are very easy. Who is known as the father of a general management, which is nothing but Henry Foyle. Who is called the father of a scientific management, the FW Taylor. I think these all are a very easy questions and 1 mark questions which you guys have to keep in your mind. Okay, now coming to your 2 mark questions from a second point, second chapter. So these all are a very simple answers, because with those though we have not started the chapter yet, but I'm giving you the questions prior starting the chapter. So how simplification differs from standardization according to FW Taylor, right? So you got to give the answer what is simplification and what is standardization. In a simple step, if you say for a 2 mark question, see, standardization refers to the process of setting standards for every business activity. It aims at eliminating unnecessary diversity of product. I have not started the chapter, but still wanted to give what is a standardization. Everyone say you got to be a standardized. You got to be a standardized one. There has to be a standard. In what do you say? In giving a lecture, there has to be a standard while processing your application. There has to be a standard. While manufacturing or assembling your goods. What happens if you have a standard procedure whether it is in a manufacturing industry, or whether it is in a service industry, or whether it is in hospitality industry. If there is no process in place, if there is no standard in place, it is very difficult for customers to follow it. What will happen? Okay, if you go to the hospital, there is a standard procedure, right? You need to do if you want to go to hospital, take an example, you want to go to the OPD department to get a checkup, okay, for yourself, general checkup. So what will you do? You have to go to the reception. From a reception, you have to fill in the form, make a receipt, then wait for a token, wait for the doctor to whom you have to consult. Then person, a representative from there will guide you where to go, how to do and all. So there is a process. There is no sudden process automated wherein directly you need to go and meet the doctor, right? So that's the standardization. So coming to the example of an company or a manufacturing sector, okay, take an example again. Let's take an example of same thing. There's a standard procedure to manufacture a mobile. So the OEMs will, what is ODMs? If you have not known, ODMs are known as original design manufacturers, and OEMs are known as original equipment manufacturers. So these all small parts which is there in this mobiles is been done by the ODM and the OEM. What happens, for example, if there is a Samsung company, who does the manufacturing of the small product? That small products has been done by the somewhere sitting in China somewhere, because even if you see the Apple phones manufacturers, the parts is being manufactured in China. Why? Because there are multiple reasons. There are ample reason in that. So let's not go there. I am trying to explain you the standard procedure. So what is the standard procedure of manufacturing a mobile? ODM will design the product, OEM will start manufacturing the small part of it, and at the end of the thing, Samsung will assemble everything and put their logo on it and sell it into the market. So that is a standardization. So that's how a standardization was. Still I have not started the chapter, but just I am giving you the heads up before, because I am already started the question answers, right? So simplification, it's very easy, guys. It implies the diverse. Okay, standardization, again, just going back to the same standardization point, the aim is very clear here. What is the aim is eliminating the unnecessary activities. What will happen if you have the proper standardization in any process? The unnecessary things will not happen. Getting it? The unnecessary things will not happen. There is no chances of getting it. Wastage, okay, or over cost. What will not happen? Wastage will not happen, over cost will not happen, overproduction will not happen, okay. So in order to avoid this all unnecessary diversity of a product, okay, guys. So that is one question. Now, how are the principles of management forms? This also can be one questions. So this is there on your screen there. Now, which of the following statement best describe the principle of division of work? I will tell you the division of work when I am doing this lesson, but please take down very important questions for this 2 mark questions. you know, which is going to come in your exam. Okay, and I have also given you the answers there. And there is one more question which says, which of the following statement best describe the principle of division of work? Yeah, that is also one important question. When I go through this, I will also touch base on this question as well. Okay, work should be divided into small tasks and all those. So what is division of work? A simple work is done with a multiple people. A single person can't do all things by himself, right? That's the reason we have so many departments in organizations to complete it off. The next question, which is very important, which is also very imperative from your examination point of view, is he or she keeps machines, materials, tools, etc. ready for operation by concerned worker whose work is described by this statement under functional foremanship. Okay, I think if we go through the chapter, it will be easy for you to understand this statement, because it's talking about what do you say, gang or a boss. You have this what do you say, union, right? Railway union workers, it's a union leader kind of. If you go through the chapter, you'll come to know, but for time being, understand this kind of questions also may come up, which says a statement like he or she will keeps machine, materials, tools, etc. ready for operation, but a concerned worker whose work is described by the sentence under functional foremanship. Who is a foremanship, functional foremanship? You got to understand that, we will understand in further, but currently the answer for that is a gang boss. Okay, and the next 2-mark question is again state any two difference between unity of command and the unity of a direction. Unity of command is that you already have the answer given on the board, you can take it down, and the unity of a direction is nothing. This is important question, I'm saying it from importance point of view. And what is scalar chain? That also will be learned. A formal line of authority from the highest to lowest rank are known as a scalar chain, from highest to lower rank. You will understand this when we are studying the this chapter. Then what is gangplank? Okay, that is also you will but as a point important thing, please take it down. Gangplank is a shorter route in a scalar chain which allows employee at the same level to communicate with each other directly. Gangplank is used in case of emergencies. It will happen emergency if there are many emergencies, right? Emergency may be because of a war, emergency may be because of any floods or anything, that we will go and read in detail further in your examination from your examination point of view as well. Okay, guys, give me one moment. Okay, coming next regarding the importance. Okay, for the 4-mark, guys, for the 4 marks questions, discuss the significance of a principle of management by explaining any 4 points, right? This is very simple but I cannot say you anything because we have not touched base the question answers. But just because your exams are getting close, I just want to ensure that, so that you should not left behind to crack your examinations, okay, and get good marks. Okay, so coming to one second. Okay, principle of management, you got to explain all those principles. We have not yet dealt it with it, but what do you say, again it is very simple. It is very simple, which is universally applicable in a form by practice and experience. If you would have already known, we will cover this and they are saying explain the principle of management contributed by F.W. Taylor. This is an 4-mark questions. Okay, very important question. Okay guys, I think this was all about the question and answers from the second chapter. Okay, and let me know if you guys have any doubts, anything. Okay, I'm just giving you the important questions from the first and second chapter. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, or download our channel. So, and also spread through word of mouth to your friends who are also studying in the same stream or commerce. Okay, so this was all about for today, but I do have some more time. Just wanted to take your questions if it is there, and else I can solve one kind of a case study, something related to that from a first chapter. Okay, by now you guys would have already understood what is the importance and significance of management. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, that's the reason I think yesterday's Dabbawala's thing was very good, good thing. Okay, then coordination, we did it. Any case studies is there? Let me understand, let me check if I have any case study, because if you understand the case study, right, it will help you guys to write it, understand the question and write it accordingly. Okay, I have also explained you. Okay, I've also explained you how would be the third 21st century what do you say or 21st century industrialization revolution. Okay, if you see ITC, okay, let's talk about, there's a one case study from your syllabus which says which describes about the ITC. You know what is ITC? ITC full form is nothing but the Indian Tobacco Company, right? ITC is in many sectors. They have come into even into a food industry. You have Britannia. These all, I mean, is Britannia and ITC? Not sure about it, but you have many things. Biscuits are there. You have Rusk is there. They are into a retail as well now. They were actually started with the tobacco company, but later they have moved in. They are even into an what do you say, IT, information technology sector as well. Okay, now let's understand one of the case which is given from your syllabus, which talks about that particular company. Okay, a quite digital revolution is reshaping the lives of the farmer in the remote Indian villages. So what happened in most of the villages in the India? Okay, there was some revolution took place. So what was that? Let's try to understand. The villages in the farmers used to grow a soybean, wheat and a coffee in a small plots of land. As they have done for thousands of a year, a typical village has no reliable electricity and has antiquated telephone lines. Okay, the farmers are largely illiterate and have never seen a computer, but farmers in these villages are conducting e-business through an initiative called e-couple created by the ITC. E-Chopal, not couple, sorry, E-Chopal created by ITC. What does it do on the India's largest consumer product? Okay, the agri-business company. Okay, now got it. So what was happening before? This is a normal concept of empowering a rural India, basically, right? In those days, for the farmers never used to have an access for the what do you say, internet or what do you say, or any e-commerce thing, right? Farmers were so first of all, farmers were illiterate. They didn't know when they grow the when they grow so many stuff, whether it's a rice, wheat, jawar, soybean, whatever it is, they used to directly go ahead and say, they used to send it to the middleman who used to take a huge what do you say commissions, right? Who used to take a huge commissions and solve it, who used to get and sell the product to the end customer. So what did ITC did was they did a revolutionize Indian village, especially in that era. They created one e-business portal, okay, wherein a farmer can directly sell the product to the end customer. By that, what happens? So farmer are getting a full what do you say full wages without any commission. Sorry, farmer are getting full remuneration without getting a wage, without getting any commission, and all their products are being is recognized, and they are getting more and more number of orders, and which is ultimately increasing the profit. Okay, that was, I think that's what. But why did we take, what do you think, why did we take this as an example? Because this was the initiative taken by these companies as a corporate social responsibility. Remember, the objectives of an organization is a social objective is also there, right? So from a social objective perspective, this was a social help given by the ITC company to the villages. Understood, guys? Okay. So this was one for now. So let me see if I have anything else for especially for your 8-mark questions. You need to understand these all things. Okay. Okay, there is a one more, I think, which is related. Involve everyone, welcome, great ideas from everyone. Okay, I will just discuss. There's one case study given by the management pantra from a GE, right? You know, right? GE, General Electric, which is a famous company. Jack Wall. I think Jack Wall has also written one book, a very famous book. Go ahead and read it. You will understand how does the organization does, how it, when was the GE was on top again, when did it came, and all those things. Just to give you, he's a CEO of this company, which was established in 1981. Okay, at that time the firm had a market capital of 13 billion, but in 2000 when he stepped down, the firm turnover had an increased multifold to the 500 billions. So what was the secret? Was success, which he had led on which he has laid down the following pointers for the managers to be a successful. Now they are given the 4 points there. The first one is create a vision and then ignite your organization to make that vision a reality. So what happens is basically he created a vision, to be a top company, and vision is there. We have a vision. You got to, like for an example, your vision is that you want to clear your commerce and you want to finish your CA, want to do a CMA and all those stuff. That vision has to be there in your brain, and you need to work around to achieve that vision. Getting it? So that one point. The great people so passionate about what they are doing, what they cannot wait for execute the plan, how great energy. In order to achieve that vision, what you need to have that passion to complete it. You need to have that energy, because lot of struggles will come, lot of hurdles will come, but you have to finish it, right? You have to cover it up at any point of a time. That's doing things repetitive, failing it, again doing it, failing it, again doing it, one or other day you will reach your destination. That was a vision which was given by him. Then the next was a focus on strategic issues. Of course, what happens in an organizations, we would have had a strategies, right? But there will be an issues. They will be big. Why they will be an issues? The issues will be there because people are from diverse culture, people are coming from a diverse background, people are coming from a different thing. So ultimately what will happen is, they, the thinking differs, their ideas differs. So it is very obvious that the issues may come in. your job may not be understood by someone else, something like that. Okay, now coming to, and that's what he taught to his manager. He used to focus on the strategic issues. Now coming down to the and also focusing on to the main issues in your job. You see the big picture, don't manager every detail, don't get, one second, let me, what will happen, okay, you got to understand what is a big picture. If we keep fighting here, if we keep fighting for the small issues in the initial of the project, nothing is going to work. So think about the big future, and whatever issue you guys have, it sort it then and there itself. Okay, so focus on what was the creative vision, focus on the strategic issues, focus on the main issues, and involve everyone and welcome the great ideas from everywhere. So what you have to do, if there is a problem in an organization, ask everyone, okay, what would be the suggestion. Take even an opinion of a very low level employee as well. Remember, you have this 3 level, mid level, lower level, and the top level. So if there is an issue in an organization, top level guys, definitely they have to take suggestions even from each and everyone, just by sending a feedback forms or any things. And lead by example. The last point is what? A lead by example. You got to do what you say. Right? What do you mean by a lead by example? When you are saying that, okay, that I am going to be top and I am going to put lot of effort, just by saying, will it happen? No, right? You have to attempt to it. So when I say if you want to be an UPSC aspirant, so what you have to do? You have to create your vision. Your vision is to be a UPSC. Okay, now what will you do? You will focus on your issues. What will is your issues first? If they in UPSC, if they are, if there is some difficult subject, you will focus on that subject, your strategic issues basically. Okay, you will focus on that. If it is a maths or if something related to history, then you got to focus on the main issues. Main issues could be you find it difficult in writing in a basically in a mains. You might be what do you say, little bit reluctant in the main, or in an interview, or in a personality development, or public speaking, anything. Then if there is an issue, ask people where I am going wrong. Okay, where I am going wrong, take an advice from each and everyone. Okay, then you got to lead by example. You have to do it, even if you fail it, but please do it again. Even if you fail it, but please do it again. So whatever you say, you please do it. That's how even the organizations are built at. So if you see the all big old organization which are still there in the market, it's all because it is all because of their dedication, their vision, their focus on issue, their focus on their strategies, and so on, right? And this is how it works. And even if you take what do you say, guys, for your main studies, I always say to all of these kids, I mean the students, people who are studying, some of the students think that they are demotivated most of the time. Please don't do that. Okay, always focus on your vision and ensure that you can do, have that you can do attitude. You can do it. Nothing is impossible. There is a saying, right? Impossible. Okay, which if you elaborate it, I am possible. Something, there's a statement, right? So everything can be done if you work hard and work smart. Okay, now people say, whether do I need to work hard or work smart? See, you also need to work hard as well as a smart, right? At the initial days, if you are really smart enough, you got to work hard. You have to work hard. If you don't work hard, then it is very difficult for you to show up your potential to all of your entire management colleagues, manager, lead, or team lead. Then when you grow up the ladder, you will get a sense of a business, how does it work. Then you will start dealing with very top executives, and on at that time you yourself will start working smartly because you would have learned it. Getting it? So it is very important that you have to work hard, and even you have to work smart. Okay guys, I think we are up now. I think it is our time to leave. So before that, I request you guys to please also log into our Telegram channel, which you can see it on the board. Okay, so please subscribe to our Telegram channel as well. Okay, and the people who have not yet subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, do like, share, okay, and hit the bell button. Okay guys, I think this is for today. It was for today, and if you have any questions, concerns related to exams or anything, you can come up. So for now I have given you the important questions related to the first and the second chapter. We will try to give it further for further lessons as well. Okay, but do well. All the best for your exams. Okay, all the best. Take care. God bless you.